Hi friends, welcome back to Angular tutorial. In this video, we're going to discuss about Angular reactive forms. So we'll know what is reactive forms and how to create it and how to use the reactive forms. And after that, we'll show you how to validate that reactive form. So the thing is basically reactive forms provide a model-driven approach and it handles forms inputs whose value change over time. Okay, so let's create a reactive forms. So basically this is coming from app component.html. so if you just go to the source app, and inside the app there is the main component, that is the default component, that is the app component. So this is the app component.html file, and from there these text are coming. Okay, so here we will create a reactive forms and we will send the form data to the TypeScript file and we'll validate that form. Okay, so first we need to import the reactive forms module. So in our application there is app module.ts. so here we will just import the reactive form modules. So how to import? So write import, and these reactive form modules are coming from Angular forms. So first write the source Angular/forms. Okay, and the class name is the reactive form module. You can say the module name also. So this is the reactive form modules, and we need to use this from the imports array and just use this. Okay, so reactive form modules imported into the app module ts. Okay, so now we'll create a forms. So just go to the app.component.html file, and here we'll write the forms, and inside the forms we'll create simple two input files. So first, that is input type equal to text and name, that is email, and that's it. Okay, and I'm providing the type is email. Also we are using email and we have email type forms. So write email, and you can use the placeholder, so provide email. Okay, so just use the to-bear tag so that it will give a space between the input field. So next field is input type. I am creating a password type field. Okay, and name, so I am giving the same name, that is password, and let's add a placeholder, that is provide password. Okay, so spelling mistake, provide password. Okay, and add the beer, and let's create a button, that is button, and the type is submit. Okay, this is the submit type button, and the label is also submit. So form is ready. So now just go to the browser, you can see a form is created, that is provide email and password. There is two field, and if you click on submit, we want to send this value to the TypeScript file. Okay, so I am creating a simple form. It is not a login form, but I am showing you how to reactive forms works. Okay, and just go to the app component.ts file, and here we will use the two modules, that is the from group modules and from control modules. This is a from, and we need to group all the input fields inside this from. So we'll use the from group module for from grouping, and we'll control the name with the from control. So let's add these two things into the app module.ts. so just import two modules, that is which are coming from the same, that is the Angular forms. So write in this way, @Angular, and it's coming from Angular forms. And what are the modules name? So we'll specify here. So first module name is the from control, and the second is the from group. Okay, so where is that is the from group. Okay, and now we will use these two things inside the app component.html. So we will just group our forms. So right here in the from tag, from group. Okay, and we will provide the name of from, that is the login from. Okay, so I am simply creating a login from, and we will use the from control. So before that we will create here in the app component.ts file. So here we will create the from group. So just use the same name, that is the login from, and we will initialize a new from group. Okay, and inside the from group we will create our elements. So here just we have a email and password. So let's add email, and we'll write new from control, and initially I am providing a simple space here, and for password we'll use the same things. So write new from, sorry, spelling mistake, from control. Okay, so just use this, and same, initially we will provide a blank. Okay, so now these two things are ready, and now we need to bind this with the from control. So now if we just go to the browser, we can see a from, and now if you want to submit this from, we will collect this from here. So we need to use a action to submit. So right here inside the from we will create a ng submit. So right here ng submit, and we will call a function inside the TypeScript file. So write the function name, suppose the get data. Okay, and you can add the post data, or you can add your own name. So let's create a function which name will be the get data. Okay, and here we will get the data from the login from. So just simply I am trying to console these things. So write console dot log, and using this dot the from control name, the from group name, login from dot value. Okay, so we'll get the value from the reactive forms. So now just inspect the element and go to the console. So now just enter a email, that is test@test.com, and password 123456. Okay, so just click on the submit. So you will get the email and password as blank, but we are provided value. Why this is blank? Because we are using the from control, but we have not binded with the input element. So we need to bind those with the from control. So right here from control and name. So from control name, what is the name of the from control? So I am providing the same name, that is the email, and in the same way we will use the password also. So right here for password, so this is password. Okay, now if we just go to the browser and provide the name and email test@test.com and password 123456. Okay, so just click on submit. So we are getting this, that is the value. We can access this value from the TypeScript file. So actually we are consoling these things from the TypeScript file. So now we can understand how to pass reactive forms data to the TypeScript file. Now the question is, if I enter any blank and click on submit, then it's coming as a blank. So what will be the solution? So I don't want to send any blank data to the TypeScript file. So now I want to use the validation. So how to use the validation? So we have a validator models to validate. So very simple. So just go to the app component.ts, and inside the Angular forms we have also the validator class. So write validators. Okay, and we need to use this validator from the app component.html. Okay, so now I want to set the property. Suppose I want to set the property, the email will be the valid and password will be the valid. That should not be blank. So we will use in this way. So just add a comma and validators dot require. In the same way we will use validators dot required. Okay, so now if you just go to the browser and just inspect this element, so by default you can see there is the ng invalid, because we have provided the email should be required. So if we just write something in here, suppose a b c d, so here you can see the class changed into valid. Okay, that means these class are changing when we are validating. Now I want to just create a css so that if there is a valid, then it will display as a green, or otherwise it will display as a red. So just go to the app component dot css file, that is the main component css file, and here we will write some styling here. So for now I'll write if the input dot ng, here the class name valid. So if input dot ng valid, then it will looks like, that is border will be suppose 2px and that will be solid green. Okay, and in the same way, if the class is invalid, that means if there is no value, we can see the class are appearing as invalid. So just write here invalid, and that time the color will be red. Okay, so now if we just go to the browser, we can see these are currently as a red. And now if we just add some text, that is test@test.com, so we can see this became green. That means these are validated, but still password fields need to have some value. So in this way we can validate, but I need some text just below this box, so it will display a text that is should not be empty, or email should not be empty. So how we can do this? So here we will just write, so inside the beer I will create a span tag, and here I will write please provide email, and for password here we will write please provide the password. Okay, simply. But if we now just go to the browser, we can see all time it is displaying, but I want to display these things when it's not filled the value. Then how we can do this? So call a function to validate. Suppose I am creating a function that is get validate message. Okay, validation message, and here we will write the return this dot the login from, and inside the login from we will call all the from controls. So right here simply controls. Okay, so if we just write validation require here, so inside the from control if we have any validation require, then it will say the message. Now just go to the app component.html and write a condition. So write star ng if condition. Okay, so what will be the condition? So if the validate message is invalid, so first write the function name, that is validate message dot the name, that is email dot invalid. So if this is invalid, then only it will display. Okay, so just go to here. So now it is invalid, so just type here something, so it's gone. Okay, but by default it is showing this message. So I want to add another condition, that is you can see there is a condition that is the untouched, and if we just touch on this, so it's coming as touched. So we will write condition on that touched. So write validation message dot email dot touched. So right here touched, then only it will appear. So just refresh this. So by default it's not showing the message, so it's good. Now do the same things inside the password field also. So here just copy this and write here password. So here the field name is password, so write here password. Okay, so it is doing the same things for both field. And now just type anything, so it's gone the message. But if we just remove this, we can see the please provide email. But I want to see these things as a rate, so you can add a class also here. So write here class, and suppose the class is error, and do the same for email also, and define this class as red as you want. So right here inside the app component.cs, so dot error and simply color red. Okay, so if we just do this, then we can see the message as please provide email as in a red color. So in this way we can validate the reactive prompts. So right here test@test.com and the password is 123456. So now just go to the console and submit this. So you can see the value is appear, that is email and password. So this was a simple reactive prompt creation and the prompt validation in reactive prompts using the validator models. Okay, so we know about the from control, from group and validators model, and we can understand how reactive prompt works and how to submit data through the reactive prompts. So next day we're going to discuss about the another types of prompt, that is the template driven prompt. So if you have any queries about this video, please comment in a below comment section. So please like and subscribe this channel for upcoming video. Thanks for watching this video. Have a good day.